With ending i.njury Kristaps Porzingis, NY Knicks face uncertain future. The last image of Kristaps Porzingis at Madison Square Garden after the thrill of the dunk in the second quarter over Giannis Antetokounmpo and the tragedy of seeing his 7'3" frame crumped on the hardwood, grasping at his left knee and pounding the floor in pain, was an optimistic one. With his left leg immobilized, he walked out and gave a thumbs up. But that optimism wouldn't last or lift the Knicks' spirits as reality settled in at the hospital for special surgery, where he underwent an MRI which revealed a torn anterior cruciate ligament, an injury that will not only sideline him for the remainder of the season, but could put him out of action well into next season. Porzingis is expected to undergo surgery in the next few days, and a look at other NBA players' history with the injury shows a long and arduous rehabilitation process. In the 2012 playoffs, the Knicks lost both Iman Shumpert and Baron Davis to the injury. Shumpert, a 21-year-old rookie, took nearly 9 months before returning to action, and the 32-year-old Davis saw his career come to an end. Out for the season, Kristaps Porzingis suffers torn ACL and Knicks loss. Porzingis, Twitter shows sympathy for Kristaps Porzingis after torn ACL trade deadline. Knicks Hernan Gomez looking to trade deadline for a way to play. These can provide a hint, but Porzingis is a strange case, a freakishly athletic player for his size. At 7'3" he is, as he was nicknamed, a unicorn. Because of that, it's hard to predict what the future holds. Does this injury take away some of his athleticism and revert him to a more typical big man? Or does his work ethic, the work that built up his fragile frame over the summer and had him calling himself a lizard for his quick healing ability, take hold and bring him back stronger? To think 7 or 8 months is unrealistic, said one medical official who has worked with NBA players. It's a solid year. The risk of re-injury is not worth the chance of rushing him back. I don't see the value, especially with what we know about re-injury about the 7 or 8 month mark. It depends on the procedure. If they use his own tendon or a cadaver graft, there is inherent vulnerability at the 7 or 8 month mark. The muscles feel normal at that point, but the graft is not fully vascularized. You feel stable, but the graft isn't completely healed. That's why kids feel good, they cut and tear it again. Porzingis works through a rigorous flexibility routine before every game and has worked hard to build up his slender frame. But as the medical official said, why would you risk it with your most important player? If his future is uncertain, the future for the Knicks is clear. With the trade deadline arriving at 3 p.m. Thursday, the Knicks may as well be active sellers because the present is lost and future is shaky at best. The team had already lost Ron Baker from the bench, with the hard-working guard undergoing surgery to stabilize his right shoulder after he suffered a dislocation and a torn labrum, and sent Joakim Noah away from the team while trying to forge a parting with the highly paid and little-used center. Tim Hardaway Jr. had missed 20 games with a stress injury to his lower left leg and limped off the court Tuesday when he was kicked in the same area. Ons Kander was undergoing oral surgery Wednesday morning to try to close the wound in his mouth that has already required 18 stitches. Now without Porzingis, the Knicks, already 9 games under .500 and sitting in 11th place in the Eastern Conference, are 4 games out of the final playoff spot and maybe a more realistic 6½ games ahead of the Hawks and Mavericks for the worst record in the NBA. The lottery beckons once again for the Knicks, who at least have held on to their first-round pick in the upcoming NBA draft. Guys have to step it up, Knicks coach Jeff Hornacek said. KP missed a few games. We don't look great when he's not out there. We'll need some big efforts from guys. We got to get a couple of guys going a little bit better, and guys off the bench have to step up. We got to go out there and somebody's got to step up. Email papa@northjersey.com